Hi everyone, my name is Kathy and I am a Saint 3D cream makeup artist and I represent the over 60 crowd and I'm actually over 70. But these tips that I'm going to give you tonight will go for anyone with mature skin. And I found that most of my changes in my skin started to really take place at 60. Every 10-year increment when I was younger, I had some new issues. But the bigger issues of lines, wrinkles, dryness, rosacea, those things started when I was 60. So we are rolling into fall here in Indiana. And I wanted to let you know that sometimes we have to do things to counteract that. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm just going to give you a couple of tips that I do as I get ready to do a quick application. I'm going to begin with the Peach Lip Balm. Some people do it like that. It's a little easier if you want to do it real quick. And I put that on first so that I can get a little bit of softening effect. I don't know about you, but as a mature woman, my skin really reacts to the dryness in the air, to the cold temperatures. My hands start to get dry, start to get more hangnails. I have to do a better job of doing cuticle cream, things like that, hand lotion. And, most of us are still washing our hands 100 times a day. And so we have to counteract that. We have to put that moisture back in. The other thing that I have been using, and this is new for me, this is the Saint Creme, and I originally was using it as a night cream because I found that when I started wearing it, it was a little too occlusive. And so I thought, well, maybe I don't need quite that much. And I was using a lighter moisturizer. I think what we have to do is we have to make sure that we're listening to our skin. Our skin is telling us whether it needs more moisture, whether it's thirsty. Our skin is telling us when we look in the mirror and we see makeup that is pooled at the creases of our eye, underneath our eye, maybe even around our mouth and around our chin. Our skin is telling us you've got the wrong makeup. And that's what my skin was telling me. I just didn't know where to turn. And then I found, I didn't know it then, but it was the viral sensation of Saint Cream 3D makeup. I want to tell you real quick, while my moisturizer settles in, what sets our 3D products away from everything else. I used a BB cream for years, and I wasn't even aware there was a product like this. First of all, the cream plays beautifully with mature skin. So as you can see, I have some redness around here. I have some rosacea as you get a little bit around my nose, on my forehead. And I just have areas that I need to kind of lighten up and cover and maybe not call so much attention to. And so that's one of the things that I like to do. But the other thing that cream makeup does is because we use 3 different colors on our face. This color here is called Tango, and it's one of our new fall colors. I'm going to use that on my lips and cheeks. But these 3 colors actually make up your skin tone. When you look at my skin right now, I don't have one color of skin. I have multiple colors of skin, and we are working with those to make sure that when you put your foundation on, and we call our foundations highlights, when you put those on, you just don't have a flat surface. You still have the highs and the lows of your face. So that's one of the beautiful parts about Saint. Now, Saint you can put it in these little nifty magnetic palettes because all the product comes in a tin. And when it comes in a tin, you simply drop it in the palette and the palette grabs it. So you can see this doesn't fall out. It's travel friendly. If you're on an airplane a lot or your job takes you and you're just all over and you're in a different hotel room and all that kind of stuff, what a fabulous product for you. Now, these are the 4 colors. Those are the only ones I'm going to demonstrate tonight. You can do what we call a double decker, which is a little bit bigger palette, and you can put your eyeshadows in there too. Eyeshadows also come in a little metal tin, so they're going to drop in there. So basically what you're doing is you can have your entire face and a couple of brushes and you're good to go. Add your mascara. I'll give you that one. But you're ready to go. So it's really kind of fun and very, very easy. So I am going to, let me see. Yeah, I think it's, normally I like to leave it on for about 5 minutes, but obviously in the interest of time, I'm not going to do that. Now, the thing about our product is you control the kind of coverage you have based on the brush that you use. Our 3D brush basically is for medium to full coverage. I can get a light coverage with it, but it's made for medium to full coverage. And then we have what we call the blend brush, and it's just, it's the perfect one for those times when you just want to have a little bit. Tonight we're going to do a little bit because it's close to evening and I'm not putting a lot of makeup on tonight. The other brush that you'd have to pry out of my hands is the detail brush. And the detail brush works beautifully to sculpt out the cheekbones, to actually do a little bit here on the jaw, on my nose, and it's shaped perfectly. Keep in mind, I'm 72 years old. So when I see other artists take their brush and they pinch it, that's easier for them to do, but it's not very easy for me to do because sometimes the fingers don't want to work like they used to. So I like to use the tools in which they were created, and we go from there. So we're going to start, actually we're going to start with this brush. This is the blend brush. I line my product up in the order in which I use them. So I am going to start with the brightest one. Now, this is what most of you are probably going to think of as concealer. And I pulled out a picture the other day of myself before Saint, and I thought, I had raccoon eyes. I had raccoon eyes at 60 some years of age. I didn't know I had raccoon eyes because, I'd been putting on my concealer the same way I did since I was 16. That was real smart, but I never knew any different. Now, sometimes you're going to see people put dots and stripes on your face, and you can do that. I'm at the place in my routine that I don't have to do that. The good thing about this is that there's no one way to do this product. If you want to do dots and stripes, I send you a video. You can easily do dots and stripes. If you want to just apply the product where you need it, you can do that too. So I am going to simply take and I am going to soften, and I'm not pushing very hard. The eye around our eye is delicate, and it becomes more delicate the older we get. It is just such soft tissue. And that is all I'm going to do with that one. My next color is what we would call our main shade. So this is the shade that normally would come in a bottle, come in a tube, and you're going to put it all over your face. Now, I am tapping into my product like this. And because I'm using this brush, I can swirl. And you might think, well, isn't that what you do with the other brush? Nope, I don't. And I'm going to show you on the other side of my face what I do with the medium to full coverage. Okay? So you can see I'm just swirling around, looking in the mirror, seeing where I need coverage. Okay, let's take the 3D brush. I'm going to take the end that I call the bunny end, the bunny tail end. Again, I'm still tapping it into my palette, and then I tap it onto my skin. Now, you instantly see more product. You can see that as I put it on my face. It doesn't mean that it's not a good look. It's just more product than what I'm going to wear this evening. But I wanted to show you there's a difference in application, especially when you are a mature woman. This has a very, I don't know what I want to say. I don't want to say stiff, but it has a consistency that is totally different than this brush. You see how I can really push my finger in? I can't do that on this one. So this is very light, fluffy, airy. So think of that. We'll give you a lighter coverage. This has a hardness to it. So you don't want to swirl because you don't want to tug the skin. And that's it. All right. We're going to move on to our contour. And some of you are thinking, really, at 72, you're doing contour? Yeah, and it works. It looks amazing. I never wore contour before because I didn't know how to wear contour. So again, I'm taking this squished side and I'm tapping in my palette, and I'm going to put a little bit of contour up on my forehead. And what I'm doing with the contour is I'm creating a shadow. All of a sudden, I've lowered my forehead, and look how the brightness that I put here with my very first color that I applied, look how that draws attention to the center of my face. I'm going to pick up a little bit more, and I'm going to go right under my cheekbone. Your cheekbone normally is at the top of your ear, and it comes down. You can feel it. I put the contour right underneath it. I don't do a lot of blending. I know exactly where I want it. If I blend, I blend up. On a mature face, you do not want to blend down. You want to blend up because you are sculpting that cheekbone. And I have a round face, so it's always a little bit more challenging on me as well. Now, what am I doing here? I'm creating a shadow. I'm trying to give my jaw a bigger, more sculpted definition. And so by doing that, I've created a shadow, and what's left on the brush, I take down my turkey neck. Does it take it away? No. It just creates a shadow and makes it look like it's less. Now, I'm going to take that brush again, and I'm tipping it on the side, and I am going to contour my nose. Is my nose crooked? No. Have I ever broken my nose? No. But what it does, again, I'm going to go back to my fluffy brush. I'm going to soften that line, but look how the attention is drawn to the center of my face. Do you see how the lightness is there? It's really a very pretty look. And I know I'm looking in a mirror close up, but trust me, it really is a good look. Now I'm going to pick up my lip and cheek color. I'm just going to use a different brush because I like to put this one on. I like to put my lip and cheek color on with the smudge brush. And this is a color that I would probably not normally pick up. If I were in the drugstore buying a lip color, I wouldn't buy this one. But it looks so pretty on. It's called Tango, and you can see it's got a little bit of a coral, but it's a coral pink, and I'm a pink girl. So there's the reason. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of my cheek color on just by doing some dots across my cheek. And then I'm going to take my fluffy brush, and look how I'm just feathering that back. Now, I'm still doing the apple of my cheek. I'm just not coming any closer. I'm not coming in here. I'm kind of coming here, giving myself a little bit. I'm going to take the other brush on the other side and basically do the same thing. But again, do you see I'm not swiping? I'm stippling. Okay? And there's our look. I'm going to take a sponge. If you use the blender from Saint, you want to make sure that it's wet. This is a sponge that I like to use because it doesn't have to be moistened. And then we're going to set our product with setting spray. You can use setting spray, or you can use powder, or you can use both. When it comes to the dry time of year, I probably use less setting spray than I do in the summer. So I put about 3 squirts in the palm of my hand, and that's going to be my whole face, because I don't want to add any more dryness to my skin. All right. And if I don't need powder, I won't put powder on. Many times in the summer, I find out I need powder. I feel like, I don't know if I'm a little oilier or whatever, but I can definitely tell a difference in the summertime. So there's my look. And you can see that it is a very light look. It is a youthful look. I don't have raccoon eyes. I do have some brightness around my face. My eyeshadow's left over from earlier today. So yeah, I did have eyeshadow on, but I just didn't put that on again for you tonight. But we've got Tango on our lips. We have White Peach as our, sorry, I'm looking for my little scoop here. White Peach as my highlight. And for my main shade, I want to say, hold on, let me look real quick. Mine is still Hazel. This is the color that I started wearing this summer. I'm still wearing Hazel. It may end up being a little too dark as we get further into fall, and I may have to change. And my contour is Olive. Olive is a cool tone base, and so it looks really good, and I think I have cool tones in my skin, so it looks really good for me. I think I'm a winter, so it works out really, really well for me. So there is my Fab Four, my 4 products that you couldn't pry out of my hand anymore. You could take everything else, but you couldn't take these, and a couple of brushes, and my mascara, and my eyeshadow. But other than that, you couldn't take anything, because I love it all. And you will too. If I've piqued your interest, or if you look in the mirror and you think, I can identify with the white-haired lady, that'd be me, I would be happy and I would be honored to be your Saint artist. Just comment the word match below, or you can send me a text to 574-777-7085. Excuse me, let me do that again. 574-777-7085, and use the word match. I will send you all the information that you need, and I will have your colors matched and given to you within 24 hours so that you can go to the website and you can decide whether you want to start with the Fab Four and a brush, or if you want to have a little bit extra. And I'm going to give you options on that. I will definitely give you the 4 colors. And based on how you answer the questions, I'm going to share with you which brush I think you need to try. But then if you're ready to do some eyeshadows and you want some basics, I'll be happy to give you some recommendations as well. So I hope we've piqued your interest. This really is a phenomenal makeup, and you are not going to believe how good your skin can look at whatever age you are. It looks beautiful on young skin, but it was totally, I like to think, it was made for mature skin, because nothing gives us this glow. I can come back 2 hours from now and I am not going to have anything pooled underneath my eye, because if you think about it, the only eye that I put on was here and here. I didn't put anything underneath my eye. But look at the eye. It looks great. So thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it so much. I hope I can help. Thanks again. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.